Republicans in here? The eyes have it.
Our journey has been steady from the advent. With crystal clear vision, we started off as a news online portal. We subsequently evolved into a magazine, and now on your radio. We do not only bear the name Media House. We practice with the best ethos of our professional calling, presenting facts with objectivity. We are committed and resolute. We are HallowMace. We are the standard bearers. It's HallowMace on Radio, dedicated to promotion of legislature, democracy, and good governance. It's hot, interactive, educating, engaging, and entertaining. HallowMace on Radio, Thursdays, 10 a.m. on Armed Forces Radio, 107.7 FM. HallowMace on Radio. Parliament, brought to the people.
Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM Abuja. Welcome to HallowMace on Radio. My name is Daniel Odi. Welcome you to the program. It is a political talk show. We discuss burning issues of national interest. So the program is aimed at deepening democratic values and to promote good governance in the interest of the general public. My name is Daniel Odi. I won't be talking alone because we have a burning issue which we need to dissect, clarify, and probably provide answers to what the public needs to know. I won't be talking alone, just like I've mentioned. Together, myself and Mr. Anderson will be looking at the topic which we started last week with Senator Shehu Sani. So today on the program, we will be discussing budget padding and its ripple effect on our national development in Nigeria. A lot of you followed the program live. Some of you called in and were unable to take your calls, or not all of the callers got response to their questions. At this point in time, you may also wish to call because we are all stakeholders in the program and we'd love you to be very, very interactive. If you have an idea of what we're talking about, we'll also give you the basic information that you need to know, and we'd love to hear from you. Budget padding and national development is the topic which we started last week. So the concept of budget padding was new in 2016 Dictionary of Nigerian Politics. It was new in 2016 Dictionary of Nigerian Politics. Probably that was the first time some of you heard it. For me, it sounded like an alien language because I was learning to understand Nigerian political terrain. So the concept of budget padding was new in 2016 Dictionary of Nigerian Politics. This entrenched budgetary process over the years as billions of naira are illegally padded through inflating the budget to trillions of naira. And this has derailed the objectives of the budget preparation suspiciously. It has derailed, underlining word here, it has derailed the objectives of the budget preparation suspiciously. So it has been observed that budget padding came in due to conflict of interest because the subordinate and superior principal and agent legislature that gain advantageous information against Nigerian masses. Just giving you a background of the discussion we're entering. Budget padding is a persistent corruption, act of illicit entrenchment of limited funds or resources that undermines policy changes for socio-economic development. This budgetary act has led to poverty, inequality, unemployment, which seems to be on the rise on a yearly basis, destitution, disease, illiteracy, and poor living standards among citizens. This is familiar with everyone in this country at the moment. It is said that lawmakers insert whooping sums in the budget. Certain funds proposed by the executive for key infrastructure as either removed from the budget or slashed by the National Assembly. This corrupt action undermines national development because it is all geared towards selfish interest. Let me begin by asking you, Mr. Anderson, the intricacies of budget padding. When Senator Shehu Sani was here last week, he mentioned that padding in itself, budget padding, from the inception of civil rule, that is in 1999 till date, there is no administration or government that has not had its own fair share of budget padding. that the history of budget padding is as old as the National Assembly itself. That is to say, it has existed from one administration to the other. That is, from the beginning of civil rule, away from the military era. The challenges that we're experiencing today as a nation, how can we say this has negatively impacted in the policies and program of government? Just give us an overview of what you think has been some of the problem, why this is reoccurring over and over again. It's like a deja vu, budget padding, its implication in our national development.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel. I know that we hosted Senator Shehu Sani here last week, and he took time to explain a whole lot to us, as regards this issue of budget padding. But you see, budget padding is relative. Why I say it's relative is because what is padding to some people might not mean same to other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people, one of the major challenges that we have in the National Assembly is that the National Assembly of Nigeria is a writing legislature. What we say writing legislature means that it has the power to remove, it has the power to expunge, it has the power to add, it has the power to decrease, it has the power to increase.
Okay.
So that's why we say that the National Assembly of Nigeria is a writing legislature. So when the executive sends the budget to the National Assembly, they don't return it to the executive verbatim.
Okay.
That is why that's what we call a budget defense.
Okay.
You invite agencies of government and ministries and parastatals to come and defend the budget. So where you feel that there is no need for what the federal government has proposed, because it comes in the way of a proposal, it comes in the way of a bill to the National Assembly. Okay. So where the National Assembly feel that, look, in this area, they don't think that they will go with the federal government. They will expunge and replace with what they feel is best for that ministry, agency, or parastatal. That is the major problems that we've always had. So for as long as the National Assembly of Nigeria remains a writing legislature, we will continue to accuse them of budget padding. But however, when it comes to the issue of padding, when it comes to the issue of budget padding, now it's a different thing entirely, because it has been proven over the years, right, that members of the National Assembly have a way of inserting projects that suits them, that benefits them, their constituents, their personal pockets in the budget. You see, that is where we now have a problem. People say that is that members of the National Assembly are padding the budget. Okay? Because instead of the members of the National Assembly to look at the budget and see it as a national budget that will benefit all, they will now come in a way of padding that will benefit them. And I will tell you so many ways that they use in padding budget. Number one, when you go to agency, MDA, Ministry, Department of Agency of Government, you will get a subhead. Let me tell you, this is how they pad budget. You will get a subhead that will tell you that supply of 30 generators. Do you understand me? In so department. Okay? Now, this is the subhead. The same agency of government where they've written this, they will still come and say, okay, 30 generators, so agency. They will leave it like that. So you see that this thing means the same
thing. Appearing twice.
Appearing twice. So all those are ways they use in padding their budget. And secondly is that now one of the major problems we've had with the National Assembly is this issue of constituency projects. Because a lot of the budget padding and all that is done under the name of constituency projects. Now, until we find a way, until the federal government finds a way that they can either review this constituency project or scrap it entirely, they will continue to have the same problems. I will tell you why. Now, it's under the constituency project that members of the National Assembly will now have the opportunity of doing whatever they want to do. Sometimes they move this their constituency project. They're supposed to benefit their constituencies to another federal constituency that have their friend is the House of their friend is a member of the National Assembly. So they have a way. So when we say budget padding, they are in two ways. So the main budget padding people are talking about has to do with the padding under their constituency project. But if the National Assembly, does the National Assembly have right to remove, add, decrease or increase the national budget? The answer is yes, because the National Assembly is a writing legislature.
As a writing legislature, this power that is given to these lawmakers, are they meant to be for selfish interest or to serve the interests of the generality of the populace, the people who voted for them and the people who they are meant to represent their interests? What interests are they representing as lawmakers, as people who are supposed to uphold the principles of democratic values? Do you think these lawmakers are serving your purpose? How are you feeling? How is the country faring? What could be done to salvage a situation that is already becoming a norm? According in the words of Senator Shehu Sani last week, since 1999, every government, every budget has been padded. So he was able to give us analysis of how these things works, either by insertion, either by inflating figures, just like Mr. Anderson said in his submission. So let me just take you to one story before we continue the conversation. Subsequently, we'll open up the phone line so that you tell us what you think could be done to address something that is affecting the progress and development of our country: budget padding. Some senior senators got 500 million each from 2024 budget. Who is talking? Senator Jaribe. So, according to the story, federal lawmakers representing Cross River North, Senator Jaribe Agam Jaribe, has said that some senior senators received the total of 500 million each from the 2024 budget. Jaribe made this disclosure during a plenary session on Tuesday in the Red Chamber in Abuja. So this revelation is coming on the heel of the ongoing controversy of an allegations of budget padding made by Senator Abdul Ningi, who was suspended in an interview with BBC Hausa. Ningi had earlier accused the Senate of padding the 2024 budget, saying the National Assembly added an extra 3.7 billion naira, not million, 3.7 billion naira to the initial budget. Trillion, I beg your pardon. So, reacting to the development, the Cross River lawmaker said all senators are guilty of such practice. That is, he is consenting to what allegation or to the allegation by Abdul Ningi, who was suspended. So, reacting to the development, Cross River lawmaker said all senators are guilty of such practice, alleging that some senators received 500 million each from the 2024 appropriation bill. In his words now, take a listen. If we want to go into this issue, all of us are culpable. This is one Senator Jaribe who is accepting the fact of what Ningi said. If we want to go into this issue, all of us are culpable. Some senators here, so-called senior senators, got 500 million each. I am a ranking senator. I didn't get. Did I go to the press? We don't have to go into those issues, he said. Meanwhile, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio had the senators mic muted and his speech. So, in the process of Jaribe making his own submission, he said, some of them got as high as 500 million for their constituency projects. If they are to go in it, majority of them are guilty. In the process of making that submission, the Senate President got his microphone muted. Remember, the issue of your mic is enough. That was a replica of what transpired with Senator Jaribe. Because there seems to be a conflict of interest. Money meant to be expended on constituency projects now is being shared among senators for personal and individual purpose. That is why his microphone was muted by the Senate President. Now, the big question is, we are looking at national development, and it is only through budgetary allocation that these monies will trickle down to projects like boreholes, infrastructure, youth empowerment, empowering women and children. That is how the ordinary man can feel the impact of good governance, of democracy. Now we are here discussing budget padding and national development. These lawmakers, we are talking about running an expensive system of government. That is why they are proposing to go back to parliamentary, which they say will take about 10 or 15 years or thereabouts. These lawmakers, are they conscious of what the masses are facing? Because the phone line is buzzing. I think the callers, you the listener at home, might also want to lend your voice on the topic of discussion. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you with me? Okay, if you're not talking, I'll have to cut you off. Officially, that signals that officially we are opening up the phone lines. Tell us what you think is definitely the solution. Why is it that the country is the economy is such in a bad shape and the lawmakers are busy with what we call budget padding, making insertions, inflating figures for constituency projects as high as 500 million. We are looking at some states unable to pay salaries, basic salaries. And here we are facing issues of budget padding. 090-9752-9699 is the number to reach out and be part of the conversation. 090-9752-9699. What do you make of the budget padding, the suspension of Senator Ningi, and the issues surrounding the budget padding itself? How some lawmakers are agreeing to the fact that some of them are guilty because they all got money. We do have senators, senior senators, ranking senators also making these claims according to what Senator Ningi said. There is a lot going on. So we'd love to hear from you on the number 090-9752-9699. Let's have your thoughts, your views, and reaction.
Daniel, I think the major problem, like I said earlier, right, has to do with this. Okay, I think you have.
Sorry, we have a call. Let's attend to the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Osiebe. I'm calling from Kuje.
You're calling from where?
From Kuje.
Okay, OB from Kuje. Go ahead. Talk to us.
This issue on that system is a very important development in Nigeria, particularly coming at the time Nigerians are suffering under this kind of use of wrong economic decisions by government. What it does signal is that this people have no feeling towards what is going on in Nigeria. All they have to account down for themselves is to go sit down there and begin to share money. Can you imagine 500 million naira into 99 senators? What that means? The only way this thing can be done is to scrap that concept called Senate. Nigeria cannot afford to run this kind of overbloated government. Let us bring the senators are rendering that cannot be rendered at the House of Representatives. If they can blankly, at the expense of Nigerians, begin to share our national wealth at this particular time in time when they are scrapping money from share subsidy and sharing it among themselves, when price of everything are going up and they are doing nothing about it. It is a shame, and all of them should be dismissed. Nigerians should rise up in unity and dismiss this contraction called Senate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. our first caller of the day, who is so passionate about his submission. Mr. Anderson, do you agree with what the caller is saying?
You see, the major problem I have with the National Assembly, has to do with the way and manner that they go about this issue of constituency project.
Okay.
And I think is becoming a challenge. Now, if you look at the number of years that this issue of constituency project has been practiced in Nigeria or was introduced in Nigeria to the point that we are now, you got to find out we spent over 2 trillion. Because it is 100 billion naira every year for constituency projects.
Okay.
Now, sometimes it is even over. Because now, when you go to National Assembly, you see that the 4 presiding officers, I'm talking about the Senate President, talking about the Speaker, the Deputy Senate President, and Deputy Speaker. Each of them get over...
Sorry, I'll get back to you. This caller is trying to connect with us for a long time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome to the program. It's HallowMace on Radio, Armed Forces Radio.
Oh, thank you so much for receiving me.
All right.
My name is Chukwuemeka.
Chukwuemeka from where?
I reside in Suleja.
Okay, Chukwuemeka from Suleja.
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead. Talk to us.
You see, I have an opinion that the president itself doesn't have a hand in this. I think he wants to cancel any budget that he thinks that is very, very unusual or abnormal. As a matter of fact, this budget padding is one of the things that has run this country down to the extent that we are today. And I begin to believe that with no pressure is going to do so now. I think this will be a problem that we all will be able to solve collectively. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Even though the network was a bit making it difficult for us to hear you clearly.
So, as I was saying, right? So you find out that you see the Senate President, you see the Speaker, you see the Deputy Speaker, and all those guys.
Yeah.
You see getting over 15 billion worth of constituency project in a year.
Wow.
So by the time you add this, you see that ICPC came out with a report that indicted all these guys in the area of constituency project.
Okay, let's take more calls. Let's get your thoughts and reactions. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you very much.
Your name and location?
Yes, I am Bala Moses from Asokoro.
Bala Moses from Asokoro. All right, go ahead.
Yes, you see the issue of ground this morning.
Yes.
The issue of budget pattern. It has been the norm of the Senate.
Okay.
It has been just like Senator said. It has been a norm since 2001, since the inception of the democratic rule. And then, my greatest surprise is that up to today, our presidents, in line with the big altar and the lower chamber, have not been able to offer solution to this menace. And it is a national menace. And if we should continue like this, it poses a greater danger to the nation's development.
Yeah.
That is to say, if we continue like this, okay, for example, the senators that are supposed to be role models,
Yeah.
they are the leaders. And apart from the Senate, the lawmakers, the executive president, who are the people we are looking up to. As it regards to the government of the nation state. So, if we're talking about corruption, that is exactly what I need to tell people who have been speaking to different radio stations. If we're talking about mitigation of corruption in this country, it's not just part of the top.
Okay.
Now, look at what is happening. So, if the upcoming generations of the youth are listening to all these kind of things happening at the time of the affairs of the nation.
Yeah.
And where do you expect to happen at the lower cadre? Yes, that is my problem with the National Assembly. It is very, very worrisome.
It is.
I'm telling you, because at this critical moment of the economic retardation, we are in economic, I call it economic retardation. Because we are not moving
Okay. What kind of leadership style would you propose if you have the opportunity? We are looking for solutions because we know there is definitely a paradigm shift from the original initiative of the founding fathers of this country. What would you propose if you have the opportunity?
There should be a paradigm shift in the sense that, like we were talking about, I think I spoke to the radio station in Abuja here the other time. I told them when they were talking about return to parliamentary system, which will drastically reduce the number of the representatives there.
Okay.
And then it will definitely cut. It will definitely be the major signal to cutting down our costs.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
It will definitely mitigate this level of corruption. It's on the high side.
It is. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you too for calling. We appreciate your call.
The caller was speaking somewhat.
He was passionate about Nigeria. We love this country. If we destroy this country, yes, people can go on vacation in Dubai, in China, USA, Canada. Canada seems to be the place where every vibrant Nigerian youth who is hustling wants to be. We can decide to go on vacation, but where do we call home? We have a country we love so much. He was passionate about Nigeria. That means we have people who still want the country to work. Okay, let's take this call before we get more thoughts from you, Mr. Anderson. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, presenter.
Yes, good morning, sir.
I'm calling from Nasarawa.
Okay.
My name is Aaron Bulus.
Aaron Bulus. Mr. Aaron, talk to us this morning.
Concerning this issue of budget burden.
Yes.
We looking at the angle of the Christian faithful and the Muslim as well.
Okay.
The religious teaching has clearly shown that when such things are happening, we should not rebel against the leader. So we should come out in a humble manner and present our problem to them.
Okay.
For a situation where groups like the NLC, trade union, and whatever comes out to point out the mind of the people, the same government leaders who ask for their arrest. Some are even tortured. So which way do we go about presenting our problem to them? Now, the Bible says we should submit to the authority.
Yeah.
And the masses of this country have been patient enough to do that. Since the Bible has created that, for those who have abundance, they will even collect that of those who are struggling and add unto their origin. That is the era now. That is the period. So it's prophetic, both in Islamic faith and Christian faith.
Yeah.
So if at all the government will not solve our needs, then let's fold our hands and sit down there, let people rise up and struggle for themselves. Whoever is able to survive in this nation, let him survive. Now, the issue is that we cannot get peace of mind from the side of security. So we want to go and struggle for himself, to fight for himself, we cannot. So which way do we do it? So we don't have to fold our hands and look at them. That's my take.
Thank you, Mr. Aaron Bulus from Nasarawa. Well, your contribution is well appreciated. But we can't just fold our arms and look at them because we need to hold, as an electorate, you have elected people to represent your constituency because they all came out campaign and made promises. It behoves on you and I to hold them accountable. Know your lawmaker, which constituency does he represent, and know what he needs to do because there are budgetary allocation for this constituency that you reside. Some of them reside in Abuja. They don't go to their community. It is you who reside there. Hello, good morning. Yes, welcome to the program.
Yes, this is Balamoses calling back again.
All right, welcome back, Mr. Balamoses. Okay.
Sir, look that these representatives
Yeah.
have the immunity that when they commit such capital crime,
Yeah.
they cannot be brought to book. They cannot be prosecuted.
I think that's a brilliant question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bala Moses from Isiasokoro now. He's asking, do they have immunity just like the president and the governors if they are being caught in the web of corruption, embezzlement? What happens to them apart from the suspension? This person that was suspended, Abdul Ningi, is the one who raised the allegation. How about these persons who are caught in appropriation and corrupt practices as a lawmaker?
No, to the best of my knowledge, they don't have immunity.
Okay.
And if you listen very well, you get to see that ICPC is really prosecuting a whole lot of them.
Okay.
Yes, they don't actually have immunity. So let me tell you, Daniel, like I said, one of the major problems that makes Nigerians beam searchlight on the National Assembly is this issue of constituency project, not even budget padding, because it is constituency project that leads to budget padding.
True.
Okay, yes, because everybody wants to grab. The senators want to grab, House of Representatives want to grab, the leaders want to grab, the Senate President wants to grab and take to his constituency and all that, so that his people will see him.
That is working.
And he's working. But let me tell you, it's constituency project the primary mandate of the legislature? The answer is no. The constitutional mandate of the legislature is lawmaking, oversight, and representation. This idea of constituency project was introduced during the time of Olusegun Obasanjo just to appease them and all that. And it's giving us a whole lot of problems. It's affecting our national development. Every sector of our economy is tied to the budget. And at the end of the day, when Nigerians are supposed to get a very clear-cut, sound budget that will serve for the people, that will stand the cost of time and all that, at the end of the day, you will continue to hear the issue of budget padding here, budget padding there. So I think the best thing to do at this point in time is for federal government to scrap. I'm of the opinion that federal government should scrap constituency project. We should abolish it entirely, in its entirety. So that if there's any project that needs to be done in any federal constituency or senatorial district, the idea of constituency project in the Ab initio was to give everybody, every senatorial district and federal constituency, a sense of belonging.
Fair representation.
Yes, that was it. But it has been abused. You say, okay, why will you tell me that because you are a leader of the Senate, or because you're a Senate President, or because you're a Speaker, and you have constituency project worth almost 30 billion, and a fellow senator like you cannot even boast of a 250 million naira constituency project until he goes to lobby. Okay? Now, it's even worse in places like the House of Reps. Because even the 100 billion naira is shared, 40 billion naira goes to the Senate, 60 billion goes to the House of Representatives because there are more. So now, if you come to your state, let's assume people are 15, they share it by geopolitical zones. So go to a state like Lagos State that has almost how many members? You see that some of the members in the House of Rep will get constituency project. Their constituency project is not even up to 80 million. Do you understand me? Then you see a leader, then you see somebody who feels because he's close to the leadership and all that, his constituency project is worth almost $1 billion naira. Senator Nwoko came up to tell us that he has constituency project worth almost $1 billion. Meanwhile, you have some of his colleagues who don't even have constituency project now worth almost even 200 million. So what are we talking about? So it's now a kind of a survival of
the fittest.
Yes.
It's like a power tussle in the National Assembly.
Whatever you can grab. And it's not helping our democracy. It's not helping our national development. So the best to do at this point in time is for I'm calling on federal government to look into this issue of constituency projects, because that is what leads to budget padding. Because at the end of the time, everybody now will want to start grabbing. What can I grab for my constituency and all that?
Okay, let's get back to the phone line. It's all about you because you are also a stakeholder in the game of politics and good governance. Hello, good morning.
Yes, this is Balamusi.
Okay, Balamusi. All right.
Yes. You see, when my brother Osiebe said something earlier.
Okay.
That all you were that even made the comment that it's going to take about 15 years. The people years before they return was to be proposed the parliamentary system that we are talking about.
Yes.
I bet you, sir, if the way Nigeria is today, we are in a complex society now.
Yeah.
And then that is how the system is getting complex. If it don't take Nigeria 15 good years before we return to this parliamentary system of the king, honestly speaking with you, our corrupt leaders will finish the resources of this country. Because the level at which we are going now, sir, you cannot hear 1,000 any member. You cannot hear million anymore. We are talking about billions, trillions, and what have you. Yes, the resources. How are we now positioned to see the resources that we are endowed with in this country? It takes that long span of time before the paradigm shifted. Honestly, the resources of this country will never be there for the future generation. So I think our government has, in fact, the president, most successfully, they have to do something. They have to educate do something about the country. Otherwise, in the next 5-10 years, this country is done. And we are living in a mess already. So we just have to. We just have to do what we can to mitigate this challenge. Otherwise, our leaders are not helping us. They are not helping the nation. They are not futuristic. As a matter of fact, our leaders are not futuristic at all. In no ramifications.
Thank you very much once again, Bala Moses from Asokoro, for lending your voice and how you feel about improving the situation of things, speaking to the conscience of those in power, those in politics, those in government. Well, you were about making a point concerning scrapping of this constituency project, because it is the constituency project that birthed this issue of budget padding. So if there's no constituency project,
there won't be budget padding.
These monies will be channeled to other sectors, to infrastructural.
Simple and ABC.
Wow.
So if the government will hear us, we are saying scrap constituency project. Or when you go to Kenya, you know what Kenya has succeeded in doing? That's what we call constituency project in Kenya. The Kenyan law established a government institution that is saddled with the responsibility of this constituency project.
Okay.
So now the the government of Kenya will go to each and every constituency and highlight their immediate need by engaging with the constituents. Another major problem we have with the Nigerian lawmaker too is that they don't even engage with their constituents.
There's no interface.
There's no interface with the constituents. You don't even know what the constituents need. You're going to give constituents a borehole when their major problem is pipe-borne water. You're going to give them pipe-borne water when their major need at that point in time is access road and all that. You just sit down in your office and say, okay, put this one. This one quickly, you go give me money. You go give me money. No. So that is a major challenge. So when you look at the whole thing, when you look at the whole controversy surrounding this constituency project of 18, you find out, look, it is high time we scrapped it in Nigeria, or government should sit down and have a proper review of it.
Indeed. There is no policy or there is no program that is 100% perfect. If there is a need to review, then why not? Because the aim, the interest of that particular initiative is not met at the moment.
Daniel, let me tell you something. Over the years, federal government has spent 2 trillion naira in the name of constituency project.
Okay. And we are complaining that there is no money.
Take a trip around the 109 senatorial districts and 360 first federal constituencies in Nigeria, and tell me if you find projects worth 2 trillion already executed. If 2 trillion naira has gone into the national development of this country, I'm telling you, we will not be where we are today.
We are not even saying 50% of how much has been expended over a year. So, what are we doing? What are we ready to do differently? And which way do we intend to go from here? We'll go on a very short, quick break, and we'll come back. We'll see, get your thoughts. We'll see, open up the phone lines for you to engage with us, to interact with us, and tell us what you feel can be done to improve the political landscape of our country, because already the country's economy is in bad shape. And here we are, still grappling with the issues of budget padding. HallowMace is a program you're listening to. Please stay with us.
Music Sene. The eyes have it.
Our journey has been steady from the advent. With crystal clear vision, we started off as a news online portal. We subsequently evolved into a magazine, and now on your radio. We do not only bear the name Media House. We practice with the best ethos of our professional calling, presenting facts with objectivity. We are committed and resolute. We are HallowMace. We are the standard bearers. It's HallowMace on Radio, dedicated to promotion of legislature, democracy, and good governance. It's hot, interactive, educating, engaging, and entertaining. HallowMace on Radio, Thursdays, 10 a.m. on Armed Forces Radio, 107.7 FM. HallowMace on Radio. Parliament, brought to the people.
Indeed, it's a parliament brought to you, the listener at home, to you, our active and audience who are engaging with us this morning on the program, because we are looking at a very, very critical and vital aspect of our national discourse. We are discussing budget padding, its implication on national development, the way forward, how we can have a system of government that represents the interests of the ordinary Nigerian. The man out there who is looking for constant power supply to run a small business like barbing. The man out there who is running a laundry shop looking for power supply to attend to the needs of customers bringing clothes that needs to be washed and ironed. The market woman who definitely is going to her place of business as a food vendor. She needs light to run some of these electricals to preserve her food items so that business can thrive. Some persons survive on a daily basis from hand to mouth, and if government program doesn't reflect their interests, then how can we say the government is making life meaningful for all? So as we begin to touch down on the program, the phone line is still open. While you are planning to engage with us, I want to bring the issue of how the spokesperson for these lawmakers, how they handle sensitive issues like this, coming to defend their principles against such kind of allegations, against such kind of public outcry, mismanagement. So much is expended in running governance. They are mute over it. Is it because you don't fight a system you are feeding from? Or is it because they are just satisfied with the way the government is being run?
Daniel, I must tell you at this point in time that we don't have spokespersons in the 10th National Assembly. The 10th National Assembly doesn't have spokespeople.
Oh, really?
Yes, they don't. Because it's most unfortunate, because in the Senate we have Senator Adaramadu, who's supposed to be the spokesperson. In the House of Representatives, you have Honorable Rotimi, who is supposed to be the spokesperson. Unfortunately, you hardly see, you don't see them anywhere.
Yeah.
For Adaramadu, we invited him to this program over 6 times. You know, he will tell you he will come. In the morning, you call him. He will not pick his call. For over 6 times now. The one that is Rotimi in the House of Representatives, we invited him to this program over how many times? Not only on this program, even on television, other stations, you won't see them. So so one begins to wonder what kind of spokesperson are they? Because I don't know what they are defending. Mm-hmm. Because I'm aware that in the 9th Assembly, in the 9th Assembly I just finished, the spokesperson of the Senate was in this studio, came to this studio over 12 times within that 12 years. 12 times. That's he on HallowMace on Radio only.
To address
he was here 12
issues.
times. So you cannot imagine how many times he must have gone to other stations, radio stations, and television stations. The spokesperson of the House of Representatives, that is Right Honorable Benjamin Kanu, who happens to be the Deputy Speaker right now, was in this studio by my record 17 times within that 4 years. So you can imagine. Okay? Now, you have spokespeople that you hardly hear them. You invite them, they will not come. You begin to wonder, who they are speaking for. Are they speaking? Obviously, they are speaking for their pockets.
I can even remember the program HallowMace hosted the spokesperson for the president in the person of Femi Adesina.
Femi Adesina has been here.
Defending his principal.
What's his name?
Garba Shehu.
Garba Shehu has been here.
Was on the program HallowMace, and he was speaking on behalf of the government, the executive. Here we are. There is a burning issues. Lawmakers have been accused. Lawmaker is suspended, and spokesperson are keeping mute. And you keep asking questions and wondering why things are happening the way it is. In civilized climes, people resign when things are not working. Which way forward? Are we?
Resignation is not part of our.
Well, we are 7 minutes before the end of the show. You can still call if you have been following the program. We are discussing budget padding and its implication. It's how it affects the setback, how it affects the progress and development of Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Aaron Bulus calling back from National.
Aaron Bulus, welcome back.
Still concerning this budget padding.
Yes.
We are talking about one corruption out of the multiple ones that are going on in this country.
Very correct. Very true.
Now, look at the way this 10th National Assembly came to be. Before the Senate President emerged, there were insinuations all over that the incumbent president was the one to be put there.
Okay.
It's as if they already sit down, plan the person they are going to fix there, so that whenever things are happening, the person next to him cannot say anything because they are just planted there. They don't allow the National Assembly to choose people of their choice that will do good for them. So if it is always like that, that's why we are getting this problem. So in the nearest future, the federal government should allow the elected senators and even the House of Reps to choose the person that is going to spearhead the council.
Okay.
That is what I think should be. God bless Nigeria.
Amen. God bless you too, Aaron Bulus.
To digress what
Aaron Bulus.
Aaron just said now.
Yeah.
I'm the national coordinator of the Parliamentary Advocacy Network.
Okay.
During the run for the Senate presidency,
the leadership of the National Assembly.
My organization came up. We kicked against it. We kicked against the way and manner that Senator Godswill Akpabio, Jibrin, and even Abbas were picked. And we say, and the president or the presidency insisting that it must be them. And we say, look, we are not against Senator Godswill Akpabio. We are not against Abbas, but the way and manner that these people were handpicked is not the best way to go, and it's dangerous for our democracy. And we say, look, you can want them, but make it open. You can go underground. You lobby for your candidates. There's what we call lobbying in the parliament.
Very true.
Right? So you can lobby and open it up. Everybody has the right to contest and all that. Right? But when you continue to go by the way of handpicking, it will continue to affect our governance system in Nigeria. And people will continue to lose trust and confidence in the government. So I want to concur with what he said, that is the best way to go. The best way to go. Nobody says that the president shouldn't have a candidate. Every president that Nigeria has produced, they have always had their own candidates. In fact, most of their candidates even lost. In a free and fair election, you see that the candidate of the president always lose. Because nobody wants a rubber stamp Senate president or speaker.
Very true.
So like that.
There should be checks and balances.
So that's just how it is. So that's how it's supposed to be. Now the president, yes, everybody will have your candidate, but look, make it open, allow everybody, let's make it open, let there be transparency and all that.
All right. Transparency of governance and of course, making life very, very reasonable and meaningful for every Nigerian is the aim and purpose of this program, HallowMace on Radio. That is the size of the package, and it has been very, very interactive to all our callers across Abuja and its environs. We sincerely appreciate your listenership, and of course, we would love you to keep engaging with us. Keep listening to us. The program comes up every Thursday from the hour of 10 up until 11 a.m. Before we go, I'll take your parting shot, Mr. Anderson, as my guest.
Well, for me, my parting words to that the federal government should sit down, look into this our budgeting system very well, and come up with a way that it will be beneficial to all. And like I've always said, that for me, if I have my way, I will scrap the constituency project. Because one of the major problems that we have as far as our budgeting system is concerned in this country has to do with the issue of constituency project. So if I scrap it and I allow the National Assembly do their work of lawmaking, oversight and representation, then I think we'll have peace in this country.
Indeed, peace of mind is all we need, and governance is meant to provide security, is meant to provide infrastructure, healthcare system. If all of these are lacking, we'll keep talking, we'll keep blowing the whistle, we keep raising the microphone, we keep clamoring for change and good governance, because this is what society demands, because this is what good governance is meant to provide. The size of the package, in the words of one of my callers, Aaron Bulus from Nasarawa, this is just one corruption among several many. Budget padding was the topic of discussion. We also have what we call so much that is being expended in running governance. We are looking at a system whereby everything will work for the interest of everyone. God bless you. We'll see you next week, Thursday. My name is Daniel Odi, Armed Forces Radio. We continue with the rest of our programs.
Music is in here.